Cristobal, and I'm here today to speak to you about type 2 diabetes. How many people truly know what type 2 diabetes is? How many people know the dangers of this disease? Not many people do. This is why I'm here today to speak to you about what type 2 diabetes is, its dangers and medical complications that follow it, as well as how you can avoid being diagnosed by this disease. When people think about type 2 diabetes, they typically associate it with adults who are older, overweight, and even obese. This is why it's alarming to know that approximately 90% of all diabetic cases worldwide are in fact associated with kids, teens, and young adults. So to reiterate, again, I'm going to be speaking to you about what type 2 diabetes is, its medical complications and dangers that do follow it, as well as how you can avoid being diagnosed. So, what is type 2 diabetes? This disease is a metabolic disorder in which it results in hyperglycemia. What's hyperglycemia? Hyperglycemia, in layman terms, is when someone has high blood glucose levels. This then involves the patient either being insulin resistant or just simply not producing enough insulin in their body. This is then when the doctors need to come in and provide supplemental dosages of insulin for the patient to then be injected by themselves or by someone else using these different injectors with insulin either once, twice, or 3 times a day according to the doctor's prescription. So now that I've spoken to you about what type 2 diabetes is, I'm going to go into some of the dangers that follow it. There are many health complications that do follow in its footsteps. Alongside some of these complications involve gum disease, visual problems, neuropathy, which then involves the numbness of your hands and feet. There's then circulatory problems, which can even result in amputations, heart disease, which can lead to heart attacks. There's kidney problems, and lastly, there are high blood pressure, which then can lead to strokes. Medical News Today came out with a study that heart disease was named the #1 cause of death in the United States. This was then followed by stroke being number 5, diabetes itself being number 7, and kidney problems ending at number 9. Now that I've spoken to you about the dangers of this disease, I'm now going to speak to you in ways that you can avoid being diagnosed. The first way that you can avoid it is by simply managing your weight. This can be done by calculating your caloric intake and being sure that it's on track. Another way is to be sure that you're exercising and staying active on a weekly basis. This can be done by simply finding a workout partner, starting a gym membership, or even watching those workout videos online. Another way is to be able to eat a balanced and healthy diet and being sure that you're keeping count of your alcohol intake. Lastly, make sure that you're always going to see your doctor, because at the end of the day, you can be sure that you're always staying on track and making sure that you're healthy with regular visits. So in summary, at the end of the day, type 2 diabetes is a metabolic disorder that in fact results in hyperglycemia. Also, many different health complications do in fact follow this disease that might even be life-threatening. And lastly, in order to avoid this all, just simply live a healthy and active life, which is in fact the key. So next time you're sitting on the couch, watching Netflix, and eating some Cheetos, call up a friend, go to the gym, and maybe even go visit that new healthy restaurant everyone's been raving about.